The parents of the 4 students murdered in the Oxford school shooting calling for accountability. See their message about school officials. And we continue to highlight March is Reading Month. We're going to show you effects by one nonprofit and a local volunteer as they work to improve the reading skills of young Detroiters. Happy Monday, Kim.
Happy Monday, Karen. Well, it is a gray start to the work week, and even though spring arrives tomorrow, it's going to feel more like winter this week. We'll talk about coming up first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
We are now hearing from the families of Oxford shooting victims as they push for more accountability from the school district. Their comments come after the shooter and his parents were all convicted for charges related to the November 2021 shooting. The parents of Hannah St. Juliana, Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, and Justin Schilling are calling for another investigation into the school, the counselors, and the school board members. In a joint statement released today, the victims' families said in part that the convictions are just the beginning of our quest for justice and true accountability. The families went on to say that there is so much more that needs to be done to ensure other families in Michigan and across the country don't experience the pain that we feel, and we will not stop until real change is made. Sean Lay is working to learn more about this story, and we're going to hear more from him when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Wayne State University officially welcomed its new president today. Kimberly Andrews Espy is the first woman to serve as president in WSU's history. Kimberly Andrews Espy was elected in the summer and has already been working as the university's president since August. Espy was formally appointed to the position at a ceremony today at the DIA. She replaced M. Roy Wilson, who stepped down as president after holding the role since 2013. Turning now to a new development in the fraud judgment against former President Trump and his sons. Trump's attorneys telling a New York appeals court today that securing a $464 million appeal bond is, quote, practically impossible. Trump's legal team says they've reached out to 30 underwriters to back the bond, but potential insurers are seeking cash to back that bond, not proprieties. According to Trump's lawyers, Trump is asking the court to delay posting bond until the appeal of the ruling is over. So right now, the bond is due at the end of the month. All right, let's take a look at our first forecast. Kim, some folks woke up with some snow in their yards. I was a little bummed. I went running today. I was like, is this really happening? But
I know.
It was cold. It was like 24.
I know. It's freezing cold.
It's cold.
You know, spring arrives officially tomorrow at 11:06 p.m. and this whole week is going to feel like winter when it was in the 70s just last week. It doesn't make sense, but this is where we are. We've got a few snow showers and light, mainly flurries, but I want to take you in a bit closer and we'll take a look at Sterling Heights, Fraser, Roseville, Warren, Clawson, all getting a few flurries or light snow showers. We'll go into the downriver area where it's a little lighter there, more scattered, and then we'll go over to the west side where, again, there's some flurries and there's a little light snow shower that I'm tracking right along I-96 just outside of Wixom and then over into Farmington. So if you're traveling in that area, you might run into a pretty good area of snow, and it's not going to total up or anything, but definitely not what we want to see this time of year. We'll talk about perhaps some measurable snow for the end of the week coming up.
All right. Thanks, Kim. U.S. voicing concerns this afternoon over civilian safety in Gaza as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu doubles down on his vow to invade the southern city of Rafah. Devin Scillian tracking all of this for us today. And Devin, Netanyahu is promising to evacuate the more than 1 million civilians there, but U.S. officials are skeptical on this.
That is exactly right, Karen. Israel says a plan to evacuate many of the more than 1 million people from the area. Tall order, considering officials are having trouble just getting humanitarian aid into the region. The delivery of aid has been so difficult. The U.S. and other countries are building a floating dock to access Rafah by water. Over the weekend, the first of those 8 ships carrying food arrived in Gaza, full of food distributed by World Central Kitchen. Humanitarian organizations are saying this is a start, just a start, but that the only way to really fend off potential famine. Calls for a ceasefire continue from all over the world, but Netanyahu has pushed back, and that drew criticism from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who called for new elections in Israel. Netanyahu spoke on CNN and called that idea totally inappropriate.
It's inappropriate for to go to a sister democracy and try to replace the elected leadership there. That's something that the Israeli public does on its own, and we're not a banana republic. It's not a fringe government. It represents the policies supported by the majority of the people. If Senator Schumer opposes these policies is not opposing me. He's opposing the people of Israel.
President Biden, meanwhile, expected to speak with Prime Minister Netanyahu today. It is the first time in a month the two leaders will talk about the war with Hamas. We'll keep tabs on their conversations and have any word that breaks on any progress they can make. Karen, back to you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you, Devin. Now, those talks come as lawmakers on Capitol Hill are scrambling to avoid a partial shutdown ahead of a federal government with yet another funding deadline, and that's just days away. Congress spent months averting shutdowns at the 11th hour with stopgap bills, but a number of key government operations still need to be funded by the end of the day Friday. They include the Departments of Defense, Homeland Security, Labor, Health and Human Services, Education, State, and the legislative branch. Homeland Security has proven to be a particularly thorny issue in the funding fight amid partisan disagreements over border policy. President Biden signed a new executive order today to support women's health research. The White House says the order will prioritize women's health across federal agencies. That includes looking at gaps in federal funding when it comes to health issues that affect women, like menopause, arthritis, and heart disease. Biden has repeatedly signaled that reproductive health is a key part of his re-election campaign. Got some new evidence in renewing the search for that missing college student in Nashville. Two people say they found the bank card of University of Missouri senior Riley Strain by a river in Nashville. Strain has been missing since March 8th after he was seen walking in the wrong direction after leaving a bar, visibly intoxicated. Riley's bank card was discovered by two TikTokers who have posted several videos of them searching for Riley. Police have not said if they suspect foul play in Riley's disappearance. March is Reading Month, so today we are highlighting an organization that is really helping kids in Detroit get better at reading. Chapter 1 connects schools with volunteers who are then paired with students to help them practice their reading skills. Jason Colthorpe chats with one volunteer about the impact the program is making at Greenfield Union Elementary Middle School.
I'm here, Jennifer.
Hi, Rocky. How are you?
Good.
About a half hour before things pick up at Masco Corporation in Livonia, Jennifer LaFleur's voice is echoing around the building.
Oh, I'm glad you're having a good time, and I can't wait to hear about your field trip.
Jennifer is a volunteer reader for Chapter 1. For the last 5 years, she has partnered with a Detroit Public School Community District second grader to read together.
What kind of drove you to think, this sounds like something I want to do?
I guess a couple of things. I mean, I love to read myself. It's a fun hobby or pastime for me, so I thought that it would be a great way to share my love of reading with some students, and it's also a great way for a group of us here at Masco to engage in the community.
A robot named Cog.
That's really good, and there was a really hard word in here, and I'm going to highlight it. That word is unique. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unique. It's kind of spelled funny, but it means special.
Jennifer and Rocky have never seen each other. They'll meet at the end of the year, but for now they connect over the computer, only hearing each other's voice as they read a book and maybe play a game.
Let's do mystery word.
You want mystery word?
For half an hour each week.
It's really exciting week to week. I mean, you can tell that they've improved. They have different reading levels that we select, so when they've kind of graduated to the next level, it's kind of fun to see what they can do for their next challenge.
It takes a village to do the things that we're doing.
Clara Smith teaches reading and social studies in Detroit.
What I need for you to do is I need for you to build some words on there that you can read.
She points to the Chapter 1 volunteer readers as part of the reason why they've boosted kids' test scores.
We had Chapter 1 coming in and doing the work that they do, and it allowed me to continue to work in the class as a classroom teacher where our kids were getting a double dose, and it showed in the scores that they received. Can you build a word? Listen, the word is magnet. We're not just interested in scores, we're interested in the whole child, but you can just see it all coming together.
I am so proud of you. We had 2 hard stories with hard words, and they were very long, and you did a fantastic job. Way to go.
Yeah, honestly, for the people who think it might be extra work, you've used the word fun a lot in this interview.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it work. It's really a nice way to spend some time and spend it on something that kind of feels good or feels like a contribution back to the community.
Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Thanks, Jason. By the way, the people like Jennifer and the work Chapter 1 is doing just highlights the importance of reading for kids' development. So that is why We here at Local 4 need your help to put books in the hands of local children. So Wednesday, Local 4 is holding a children's book drive at Masco Corporation in Livonia. You can donate a new or like new children's book that will be given to kids in kindergarten through 8th grade in schools helped by Chapter 1 and Teach for America. We're looking for children's books only, no magazines, textbooks, or adult books. Please, nothing torn or in poor condition. We will be out there all day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.